Hey guys, so today I wanted to go through how to actually put together the kiosk for you all. So these are the instructions right here, and like I had mentioned before, they're kind of confusing. So I'm actually going to walk you through exactly what needs to be done. So the main piece that you have is this piece right here, which is the base for the actual kiosk itself. Now on the instructions, it states that you're supposed to put this piece on the bottom first, but actually you're not supposed to do that, because if you do, you're gonna have to take it apart and put together the other piece. So the piece right here, this is actually gonna be what the flyer stand goes on. And so when you have the base piece right here, what you want to do first is slide on the piece for the flyer stand. Okay, so once you've slid on the piece for the actual flyer stand, what you want to make sure is that the top piece right here, that the actual iPad will go on, that the piece for the flyer stand, you can see this, slides on at an angle so that when it stands up, that the flyer stand is also tilted forward like this at an angle. So once you have that done, what you actually want to do is grab, there's two separate pieces that you're gonna need. There's gonna be this piece right here, which is gonna be on the base, and there's another round piece that comes in this box right here. And the last time that we put one together, basically this round piece, we didn't need this. This is actually gonna be if you want to adhere the base to like a wood platform. So this piece right here, you actually don't even need. Angle this video down a little bit for you. So this base piece right here is actually going to go on the end, just like this. And then what we're gonna go ahead and do is apply the base, which is this super heavy rectangular piece right here. This actually goes on the bottom down here. Okay, so now that you've applied the base to the kiosk stand, what you wanna do is just go ahead and stand it up and be careful because this piece is gonna fall down to the bottom. And then what you're gonna wanna go ahead and do is apply the magazine stand or the flyer stand to this actual base piece right here that we installed first. Okay, so after you've applied the flyer rack, the next step is going to be putting on the iPad holder as well. So this actually comes in two pieces, so you'll wanna be very careful. So this is very simple. This actually just goes on right here with the 4 little screws that were given to you in the box itself. Now what you'll actually want to do is go ahead and adjust this backwards and lay it flat so that it's easier to apply the iPad holder. Okay, now while this is still laying flat, you'll actually want to go ahead and place the iPad inside of this. Make sure that the charger is on it, because if the charger is not on it, you won't be able to attach it without opening this up. So now this piece right here will actually clip to the bottom underneath. And then it's going to snap on right here. So there's a set of keys right here. And what this is going to do, you want to make sure that you hold this together, and there's a little key insert on the back, and you're going to use that to tighten this up. And so now this will actually stay in place right here. So once you've done that, you actually want to go ahead and raise up the magazine rack. And then just using a basic screwdriver, you'll want to go ahead and tighten up the screws so that the magazine rack stays in a position that's a little bit higher than the ground. So that's the basic setup right here. Obviously, you'll have the marketing flyers, so you can just go ahead and set them right here in the magazine stand. Looks very nice and very professional. And then the next part of the setup is actually going to be setting up the iPad itself. So when you actually go to set up the iPad, you'll want to log in and choose the language, which is English, obviously, and the region. You'll want to choose the Wi-Fi network that's associated with the clinic. I typically prefer to do this step while I'm actually in the clinic so that I can set it up for the liking of the office manager or the physician or the business owner. So once that's all set up, you're actually ready to go ahead and deliver it to the clinic. It's pretty lightweight, maybe weighs about 15, maybe 20 pounds or so. And typically what I'll do is I'll just lay it down in the back seat of my car and take the iPad in the box to the clinic. And I'll actually set up the iPad at the clinic with the practice owner or one of the doctors or the chiro, whomever you're there meeting with, so that they're very familiar with how this works as well. Couple of things to make certain of. Make certain that you do set up the Wi-Fi on the iPad specifically for that office. And then also that when you do set up the iPad in the office, that you have set Safari onto bioleaf.com/whatever that clinic URL is. Also, make sure that the clinic has their login and their password, because that's how the people at the business are actually going to order their own product as well. So very simple, literally took me less than 15 minutes to put this together, and now I'm ready to go set up one of my clinics.